A storming start for EG on Furia's map pick as they take over Mirage. We're now heading to the train yard to see if Furia can keep this series going, keep themselves alive in this tournament, or if EG are going to be slamming down the gauntlet.
Yeah, and EG are looking real good. They come into this series, they've righted their wrongs from earlier on in the tournament. They're firing on all cylinders. And now we head into Train. Now, this is a map that Furia, while they play a lot, they also haven't won on very much. It's a bit of a weird one. That said, I still think they've got the potential. I still think they can. I really want to see that AWP in the hands of Henny a lot more. The impact he was able to find with rifles versus the impact he found with the AWP was night and day.
Yeah.
You know, like 4 kills when he was rifle only, and then he finishes like 3rd on the leaderboard with like 16 kills to his name when they start letting him have that AWP in play. So I would really love, even though I love these aggressive purchases, how willing and able Furia are to take these aggressive force buys. I think that it definitely hurt them back on Mirage, right? Like, towards the end, they went on that, 4 force buy streak at their T side in a row into that final round, where obviously we saw them just having to cobble an investment together. And, you know, as a result, we never saw that AWP come out. There were a lot of rounds where they didn't even have full rifles. And when you look at how close that last game was, those kind of couple of rounds that came in on the back of no money for Furia, that could have made all the difference in that matchup.
Without a doubt. And yeah, I mean, Train obviously being a really good map from EG. We've seen pretty sick things from them in the past few weeks on this one. So, you know, while EG have had their ups and downs in this tournament, for sure, you know, we've seen them fall to NIP. That being said, NIP have been looking surprisingly good in this event as well. I still think this is where EG should really just find their comfort pick and take the series in a 2-0, get that slot. So we'll have to wait and see as we get into things. Knife round is actually going to make a significant difference as well, right? We saw an 8-7 back on Mirage, pretty standard stuff. CT's just getting favored, but Train is where you can really get off to a hot streak if you start on that CT side.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an odd one because it feels like, you know, normally these knife rounds and things never really play into stuff all that much. But I feel like, especially over on the B stream, we've just been getting these matchups where it feels like it makes all the difference what side you start on. Man, EG are like the knife round kings. Oh, are they? Yeah, they are. Vinny's dead. There you go. So they'll get to choose the side. They get to go CT side first, you would imagine. And that means heading into their map pick, being 1-0 up in this series, and now you've locked in that CT side start, you can kind of see why this maybe feels like a bit of a dismal picture and why exactly GGBet have placed this so heavily in favor of EG. We can have a look at the Strafe app as well, and you can see they're also in favor of Evil Geniuses. So, personally, I'm really looking at the Brazilians here. They need to get that app downloaded, start voting for their boys, and, you know, maybe bump those Furia odds up a little bit more.
Yeah, we usually see, even when, you know, the Brazilians aren't favored, that they come into the Strafe app votes favored because of the dedicated fan base. But right now, I think reality is setting in, a map up for EG and their pick on the horizon. We're getting into the pistol round here, Harry. Lots of utility for Furia's pistol, and they've dropped over a P250 to Art as well. Always a fan of that in these opening rounds. He's going to look for a pick out T-Con, but the flashes actually keep EG out of the gunfight. Circa's going to take it, but now the pop play coming through. Furia looking to burst A immediately. Quesarato setting up a bomb train smoke as well, and a couple coming through for the likes of Furia. Circa on top of the site. Art is going to get closer. No sandwich smoke as well, so Circa needs to watch his sideline, but tags coming through that Ivy smoke. Ethan doing a bit of damage, and the bomb getting planted for Furia. 5-on-5 retake again. It was the same back on Mirage.
Oh, they're going to...
Oh, Stan
is just ready and waiting. However, Henny... Oh, he's got them both. The pop dog's been removed. And Henny hitting Glock shocks like a champion. It's Tarek left up alone. And Art taps him down. Furia able to find the pistol round once again. It's always 5-on-5 retakes with these two teams, it feels like. That's 3 now in these pistols.
No one wants to be the first man to die, but also these executes are really good at pushing those CTs out of position, right? There was no F in the site for EG to play with a bomb train and an Ivy smoke. Cirque sits on top of the site, but other than that, everyone else is hidden and all in B. Pistol round coming in for Furia. Oh, force buy round coming in for EG as Furia take the pistol. And we've got a couple of scouts as well. They are always dangerous. These rounds can definitely get out of control, and Tarek realizes that. Ooh, not a good start. Vinny hits a banger of a shot. Ethan's going to trade for one, and Furia are already on top of that A-bomb site. This is almost a done round now. EG might even consider just saving straight up.
Yuri's ready and waiting for the pop dog peek as well. And he catches Stan trying to cross. Stan might even look to get out of there, but getting slowed from those shots and brought down so low, he gets finished off very, very easily. And so they'll hold on to the Scout and the Deeg armor, perhaps. That shouldn't really make much of a difference for Evil Genius is heading forward. Maybe they can look to find something with it. But Furia, getting off to a good T-side start once again. Should be able to solidify this early 3-0 lead. On the T side of Train, on the T side of your opponent's map pick, that can feel stellar. Getting this pistol round, finding the follow-up, and then getting those early rounds on the board, especially when we've seen just how strong this EG-CT side can be.
Yes, it's at least going to make things easier for Furia, right? Just getting that 3-0 start and taking the ecos away. Always good for the confidence. And just essentially 3 rounds just ticked off the box of your T side. Nade for Stan. Pistols on the rest with that saved scout. A solo in a play. Stan's just waiting with a grenade. As soon as he spots contact, he's going to throw that up into the halls. Furia being very methodical, making sure there is no one close. If you remember back to those opening 3 rounds of Mirage, Harry, we had the same kind of style from Furia, a really slow couple of anti-ecos, and then immediately into their first rifle round, they went for a very fast ramp push and completely caught EG off guard. It was like 2 out of Palace, split in connector with a MAC-10, and EG weren't ready for the pace. Now, after these slow anti-ecos, where Furia are, conditioning EG a little bit, I wonder if they're going to do the same thing and bring a very fast outer play into round number 4. We're going to have to wait and see. But if they do, EG need to be on top of things. They can't let this one slip out of control and Furia get off to a dominant T side. This is a read for EG. They've pushed main, and as a result, they have 4 players inside of this B site. Furia walking into the stack, but even so, it shouldn't be too much of a problem versus these pistols.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, Cirque getting one. Pistols, as we would expect, not really able to follow up, but the Deagle is. Nice. Luckily enough, that nade from Art, the artillery comes in, and that's probably saved the day. Tarek, okay, maybe he can deal with Art, who's only on 9 points of health, and there's no one keeping an eye on this wrap around. Tarek trying to catch a timing here. The bomb planted over on that left-hand side, though. Allows Art just to skirt away. Tarek just missing the timing here. Getting very deep out from upper, and he's still yet to see anyone. Finally, Art's now gone. Queserato. Oh, Tarek, it looked like someone else had to call that. I don't think he realized he saw him, but he goes back the second time around. And Queserato is able to hold down the line. Regardless, that is a very, very close round, considering that was just the Sade Deeg and a scout on Cirque.
Yeah, Breezy keeping up his efforts from the previous map, right? Big D kills and even makes that 2v2 for a second. But here's what we've been waiting for. The first buy round from EG. The AWP is here for Cirque. They've got the Molotovs to stop that fast out of play. I want to see if Furia give it a go, give it an attempt anyway. You can see quick smokes getting lined up as they look to burst outside. And yeah, very, very fast. But Cirque's already here, and he's got to kill Breezy as well from the back of Ivy. And Henny getting spammed. He can't retreat. There is a trade, but it comes at such a late time. 2-on-4. Is this going to be too late? Bomb getting dropped by Ethan. He was ready for that sandwich play, and even though the AWP gets dropped, EG have a 3-on-1, and Breezy's going to win that duel out. Should be able to save Cirque's AWP as well, and it's EG on the board.
And still smiles all round over in the EG camp. That's always a worrying side. You hate to see a smirk, especially on Tarek's face. It seems like he's someone who just pumps the rest of the team up. Well, very little for FURIA to work with in this round. Double Krieg. The rest all on these pistols. So I kind of wish that we had that they would focus on bringing this AWP out for Henny. Maybe not going to come through. Stan, though. Time in there as he tries to drop the nade. Henny and Vinny have opened this round wide open. And Cirque trying desperately, still going to get one in his dying breath. And now Vinny's got aggressive FURIA. They take all the gunfights. And they're able to secure that 4th round. EG, they get steamrolled. That is the FURIA effect. The immediate B play, the pace in that round completely blindsiding EG.
Yeah, and EG committing to a lot of fights out the connector onto ramp, right? Not just, playing it slow like a lot of teams were, throwing that smoke out in front so you can retreat back towards the back of trains and try and retake that way. No, they just look to take engagements, thinking, oh, well, FURIA have pistols. They got a low buy. We can win these long-range duels. And Cirque gets away with 2 AWP kills, but that Krieg absolutely tears them apart. Not what you would expect, but definitely not the safest play from EG there. Just looking to try and trade, and it doesn't go their way. Fast play into B on the anti-eco, and very minimal pistols for EG, just Deegs. Tarek finds 1, and there is a bit of a setup here, but Queserato creeping on in, and he is just waiting to strike. Oh, there's the headshot. Almost gets caught on the ladder, but Tarek dead, and Art follows up. It's just this flank from Breezy, and after a second, FURIA should realize this is a possibility. No one's watching it just yet, but Yuri just turned around to walk up the ramp. And that is Breezy's chance, really drawn to a close. I like the angle. Not going to be expected, but we'll see if FURIA save at the back line once they expect a flank. And either way, they're going to save together. And yeah, getting aggressive. This is somewhat predicted by FURIA. With so many players being inside of the site, you could only imagine that was off the back of CT's pushing up on A. And Breezy not going to get away with anything in this round. It will be a 5-1 lead. This T side off to an absolutely brilliant start for FURIA. May have been a map they've not had the most success on, but like you said earlier, Harry, this is one that they frequent even despite their losses. And well, finally the experience coming through, I guess, with this T side looking very, very difficult for EG to contain. A buy is coming back in, though. They're going to have the AWP on Cirque, and let's see what the solution is for this T side, or CT side, rather.
Yeah, tactical pause called in now for EG. Obviously, the format for this event, a little bit different, Hugo. This is to try and give, I think, okay, so it was even a lot for me to wrap my head around, and I've really been trying to.
Yeah, been crunching the numbers.
Yeah, I've been crunching the numbers. I think the easiest way is to use an example of a match that's already happened, right? So earlier on today, we saw Renegades 2-0 Vitality, right? Renegades, they go into what is like the championship bracket. They go into the final slot of that for Group A, whereas Vitality, who lost that, they have to play versus Fnatic, who came up through the lower bracket to try and secure a spot then versus Renegades in the final of the Group A bracket. So, you got a lot of chances.
Yeah.
This game here allows you to save yourself having to fight once again in another best-of-3 series to stay here. So there's quite a lot on the line for these two teams. Breezy, yeah, that's him found by Henny, the right eye peek from the Brazilian AWP, opening this round up, and with it the B bomb site. This is surely the save from EG.
Damn.
And sometimes that's just kind of how it works, right? You only have one man over towards that B site. You know that FURIA are the kind of team that once they get that opener, they're just going to go on it.
Yeah, and that position from Breezy as well, right? Not only is it a solo B setup, but, if you have the top of B halls, you have so much info, and like, I compare it to having, car, like top banana on B Inferno, where you go, okay, I can see down banana, you can post an up there, you can rotate 4A, and you can go, okay, I can see B, I can give you warnings if they're starting to rush, and you can rotate in time to actually deal with the retake, or even hold down the site before the bomb goes down. But the unfortunate thing there is Breezy's holding the angle, and Henny is so ready for that position. He just creepy crawls his way around the corner and finds the angle before Breezy can see him. Really nice stuff. And with just one pick, FURIA elevate the pace into that B bomb site. And now, while the bike will come back in, it will be just that solo AWP as EG save 4 weapons. Bit of a rough spot here. FURIA making things interesting in map number 2. 6-1 lead on EG's map pick. And with no signs of things slowing down either.
And still this quad A setup from EG. This time they try and take a bit more ground with it. They set Cirque up down in Ivy. Thing is, with him still holding this passive, he's not going to get the information that this side of the map is clear. And so there's a world in which FURIA just go for this B play here and now, and they've only got to get past Stan on this side of the map. If they find him, it could very well be another save from EG. So Ethan coming in with this preemptive rotation. He's got a Molotov. Or an Incendiary, rather. If that can go down towards the ramp, that could at least divide these FURIA forces up and give some space for these players inside of the site to hold their ground.
They're playing retake, though, with these jump spots. EG just want to get the info of where FURIA are and group up together rather than lose a man and have to save at the start. B is a typically easy side to retake, but FURIA, how deep can they get? How much pressure can they put on these rotating CTs through the connector? They're going to run through the connector, Harry.
Yeah.
They're not even going for the plant, trying to force engagements, and they do a good job of trading 1-for-1, but Tarek coming back in here. He is getting flashed in through his teammate. 2 T's pushed up, and Yuri's going to read it. He hears the footsteps even above, and they don't realize that Yuri is right below. Trade comes through from Stan, and he's going to win the round as well. That was absolute pandemonium on that B bomb site. They delayed the bomb plant, and I don't know if they were trying to flank connector.
Yeah, no. That's what I was going to say. The smokes that FURIA threw in were so interesting. So they throw one down over towards that grey train at the front of ramp. They throw one that lands like blocking vision from the site and, you know, spools. Yeah. And then they throw down a wall of smokes here in between the grey train and like the back alley. So they can do that. It's like a wall of smokes that blocks off the B bomb site. And it looked like their intention was to wrap connected. Then they get that kill into the B side of the map and they realize, all right, there's no one on B. The smokes are dissipating. We can just get this bomb down. So that's why it gets delayed. But I've never seen I haven't seen a team throw a B wall of smokes like that and try and go for a connector wrap.
The only reason that's going to struggle to work here is, as we've seen, every time FURIA have gone B, EG have had heavy rotations through the connector. Yeah. So it's you're kind of walking into the lion's den at that point. If you know EG have like Ivy control and they're going to start flanking with 2, or, you know, players are getting aggressive pop dog, that's a really great concept. But the bomb was still ramp, so I guess if FURIA get into connector, the bomb goes back round pop side, you would assume.
Well, yeah, so I think that's the good thing about that, is it just enables you to kind of call on the fly based on what information you get.
Yeah. Or just part B, really, at that point.
Exactly, right? So it's like, if you're getting the kills over towards connector, you've got that aggressive foothold that so many teams try and take. You know, if you can get close to Brown Train and hold for those connector crosses, you're in a great position. So if you push up and that's all the territory you get, well, it's not that bad. You can get the bomb down into B. And if not, if you're able to wrap connected, then you can send the bomb back through Pop Dog. So I really quite like that from FURIA. The A play now hoping to come in. Tarek tries to strip this round away. Henny, maybe even too fast for his own good there, attempting to flick up onto Ethan up on top of the green train. He's still alive, still kicking. They know he's here, and he will get traded by Queserato to keep this even in the 3-on-3.
Ooh, nice shot, Cirque. So fast, and there's only 10 seconds. They needed that kill, and they need the plant more than that. Vinny is going to open up the round, and the plant should just be coming down in time. Can Breezy stop it? He's walking through the smoke. No one's watching it. Oh, D's got a kill, and he's got the double. Breezy saving the day there for EG. I thought surely he was going to push before that smoke faded, but playing it safe, playing it close, and just picking it up there in the 1-on-2. Damn, I didn't even think a plant was going to be allowed there for FURIA, but Vinny, huge couple of entry kills to turn that round back upside down. but flip-flopping and a third round for EG in this. Unfortunately, Harry, they only get away with one player, so that money is always going to be on the edge for EG, and that only tempts FURIA to buy more. You know they're investing with this money, even with players who are lacking. No reason not to. You have the lead, and you want to keep the pressure up. Okay, Serato going to get dropped, and yeah, it's pretty damn good. They have an AWP on Henny, glass cannon. And Yuri's the only one who's really struggling. Other than that, they can be more than happy. Tarek has crossed up in the B halls. This is going to get mollied. He's got to run, but Vinny should be able to hold this position down. Tarek actually walks forward and just dodges that Molotov. They have no idea he's here, and they won't be expecting it as well. This should be a free kill, and Tarek gets away with it. Can he escape? The smoke should allow for that. Flash as well for the cross, and Tarek is out of there like a light. 5 on 4. Perfect start for EG.
FURIA still outside of the B side of the map, and Tarek, while he did get one, he only ever saw one more player here. So it's not enough to spur any more rotates around from EG this time. We've got Cirque and Ethan both playing passively back towards the connector, though. So these rotations are going to come in a lot faster than they have in the past for EG. You know, often they've had players over in main, they've tried to take Ivy control, and so these players in the B-bomb site have had to buy an awful lot of time. This time, FURIA, they don't throw out all of smokes, it's just those standard smoke towards connector to thwart this AWP. It does leave some sight lines open for Cirque to try and exploit. He'll go up on top of the trains, but not quite able to connect anything. And Serato still holding close.
What?
How does he win that?
What?
How does he win that over Ethan? I could not tell you, but he's been able to shut down the point man for EG. And with that kill coming in, this is surely the save. FURIA, they'll get another round back on the board, putting a stop to the 2 rounds that EG have chained together.
I mean, what do you even do about that, Harry? 7 rounds on this T side. Serato should get caught, but Cirque just turns around at a very unfortunate time. This could end with him getting killed. Breezy's getting wrapped as well in CT. That's a shot from Cirque. Breezy's got to win his fight as well if he wants to keep his gun. But Yuri sneaking on in, and that will be a couple of exits for EG. Weapons saved and secured, but not the round. FURIA really putting up a T side in this map. EG, they can't really buy around these 2 safe guns. They've got to take an eco and give away 8, and that is never a good feeling. Giving away 8 rounds on the T side of train on your map pick, they are going to have the terrorist half to make up for it, but that won't be for a while. Deagles in round number 11. FURIA fast flashing that A site, and Cirque is going to be playing close main with the AWP. He's actually trapped someone in the left side as well, but Ard is going to smoke him off and make things interesting. Molly towards Olaf. Cirque pushed up. Really just desperately trying to find a pick. All in the meantime, it's all a ruse. They're coming out into B. Stan is alone here with the Deeg, and he's going to get some damage, but push back. FURIA know where he is. They've got the bomb down ramp as well. This plant will be afforded, and EG, it's all about damage control.
Ooh, Stan spotted out in the open. The double peek there. Ethan will at least remove one with this AWP, but now he's just hightailing it. He wants to hold on to the big green gun, and they are hunting him down. Tarek, he's heard this man rotating away from B, so he knows that players are looking for these kills on the FURIA side, and he's just going to wait in the showers.
This could be a second AWP.
Ooh, honey, no! Tarek, he'll take that all day long. That is the best outcome from this this round for EG, aside from winning it.
And even though Ethan went Ivy and Art saw that, Ethan's gone all the way through Ivy to T-spawn. So Art, he spent so much time trying to clear out these close positions, he's not going to be able to take away this AWP. It's going to be a double AWP save for EG. And, you know, not a great round considering they lose it, but at the end of the day, they only had 2 guns coming into that round and they leave with 2 AWPs. So, you know, it's a pretty decent situation for EG, given the context. But, you know, if you look at the bigger picture, 8-3, FURIA don't really care. And EG are going to have to call in another tactical pause to try and stem the bleeding. Henny's got 5,400. That's Kevlar AWP if he wants, and I think he's considering it, but we'll see if he wants to take the risk of having no head armor and all utility. Rough choice to make on that T side, but sometimes you have to take risks. And again, we haven't really seen a lot of Henny's AWP in this series so far. He stepped it up on the CT side of Mirage, but it wasn't enough to drag them forward. Right now, they're winning anyway. So he doesn't have to feel pressured to do it, but he will go for it anyway, and that's what I like to see, especially knowing that EG got away with his double AWP. FURIA are going to want a way to combat that. And Henny could be the solution. Ivy push from EG. The spawn is looking quite inquisitive right now. Tarek getting a pick down on B. He took that B up a position once again, this time with the AWP, and finding R early on has put EG in a 5-on-4.
And that's now made FURIA decide to bow out of this B-bomb site. They'll back away. And you know what? They've still got plenty of time. They also haven't been keeping an eye on Main or Ivy or Pop Dog. So they, you know, if they want to try and go for this A play, they've got to start clearing all of these positions now. And you are very much walking into this round blind if you're FURIA now. At least they're able to get Yuri over in Main. There's no one here for the side of EG. The closest man is Cirque. Main control taken, and FURIA are going to try and push in. That wall of smokes is down. There's a smoke over in Ivy, and that's going to lock Breezy out of this A-site hold. Ethan falling almost immediately, and Breezy having to wrap back around through Old Bomb has now arrived at this bomb site. Might not matter because Cirque just isn't moving. They can't get him out of this side of the map, and he continues to put up numbers. It's Henny now alone, 1v3 required. These two players inside of the site are back-to-back, and even if Henny were to somehow deal with this, that repeat can come in from Connector. Thankfully, both players missing the shot, but Henny, no time left. At least he's able to get away from the AWP. With the AWP, and away from the AWP, I guess.
That's so unfortunate, man. He tagged Stan for 99 in 1 without AWP, and both players were on bomb train. Neither were watching the pop push. He could have walked up on that close wall, but didn't know that. It's going to be a round for EG, though, and a must-win round for EG, as now the money is broken for FURIA. They're going to have the AWP saved with Kriegs around it, but nothing in the bank left in case Arato's even on a CZ here. Stan now taking that second AWP instead of Tarek. Going solo B as well. Tarek's going to cross pop. He had the spawn for it, you think, but Art's going to cut him down very early on. Ethan dropping as well, and even though the Molotov works, it comes at a cost. 2 for 1 for FURIA at the start of this round, and they're just going to walk into B. Stan's fallen off the angle. That's unfortunate timing. This AWP could have made it a 3-on-3, but now he's got to play passive. That gives FURIA the chance to just hit this B site, and they're going to go for it. Nice shot from Stan anyway. Flash is coming through, repositioning around the site, and the rotate is in.
Stan has to be the man in this round, and he's caught the timing there to catch the shoulder of Yuri, getting pressured. Cirque's chimed in with another. These AWPs delivering so much for EG in this round, and now it's just Vinny left to find. He's got a window where he can get this bomb down at least. Breezy's on the wraparound, but Cirque, man, he's just looking so damn good. And I love how much EG are willing to make sure that he gets this AWP over. I was going to say on the CT side, but really just both sides, honestly. They always try and get that gun in his hands, and he's looking phenomenal with it. Train, a map that can be dominated by a strong AWPing presence, and the fact that Cirque right now is looking so damn good definitely sets a bit of a worrying tone. That said, FURIA, even if the rest of the rounds in this half go the way of EG, they're still going to be content with the T side that they've got, right? 8 rounds, they've already won out the half. They have to take an eco here with that one gun save, invested into from Art. That's just to try and give them a bit of a chance in this round. And the triple Ivy play, Breezy, not quite able to deal with everybody. K-Serato, how's he still getting kills?
It's that PT50, Harry. We saw it back on Mirage with that 1-on-2, and it's coming in again for a couple more, but it won't be able to stop EG in their tracks. Still the 6th round coming in. There's a solo B play from Art with that Krieg, and he gets picked up by Stan at the end, so no real significance in that one. The money is still here for EG for the last round of the half, and Furia, like you said, they're going to be happy regardless, but this would really be the cherry on top if they can take a 9th. Stan again on this AWP on B, and he has been good with it in the round that we saw it down on that site. And Furia, they have got affinity for this B bomb site. They're going to come in again. Oh, the molly doesn't go out, and maybe it should have, because Furia are already all over the site. Deep Molotovs to cut off that connector rotation. Vinny coming from the right side, and Stan's not on it. Oh, the flick through the smoke. Stan making it work, and EG a man up. He's even going to push further forward, trying to catch out Queserato. He knows he's going to be in this position, but Ethan does get the kill instead. 5-on-3. Trades are in, though. Henny out of nowhere getting 2 kills from the site, and that bomb can be planted as well. Oh dear, Stan with the read, catching Yuri aggressively, and all falling apart now for Fury. It's just going to be Art. Flash himself back into the site, but Stan is waiting for it, and that is going to be another round for EG at the end of the half. 7, as, yeah, okay, a great half from Fury, but at least EG pull things together near the end, and they still have a chance, assuming they can pick up that pistol. We're going to see how things go over on their T side as we move over, but join us for that after the break.
Genius is able to recover that half nicely. It's split right down the middle. I'm getting flashbacks to Mirage. It was the same situation there for these two teams on the half. And we know how that one ended up. EG able to slam themselves into the lead and took a pretty dominant second half victory over Furia, winning that last map 16-12. Here on Trade, they've given themselves a bit of a handicap. They're 1 round behind Furia right now. Furia, very, very content with an 8-round T side. Now move into the CT side of Trade. And I'm hoping that we get to see more of the AWP on Henny.
Well, they'll get into things nice and early, Harry. It's the pistol PT50 for Breezy and a flash for Stan. Fast play into this B bomb site. Queserato has spotted it though. Cirque's actually also got a PT50. Oh, dropping on his head. Do they realize there's a second player there? Tarek gets a kill, but Henny, he might go unchecked, and he has that bomb plant. Is going to get denied. He can't kill Ethan, but he can take down Tarek and try and follow up. There it is. Stan last alive, and they are all over B. He can just not find a player to fight, and even if he does, he's armorless with a Glock, so not going to be the best engagement. That will be the pistol going the way of Furia.
I absolutely love the idea from Queserato and Henny in the bomb site, right? Queserato peeking upper, getting that early information as to the B play, and in doing so, he's got not only the opportunity to find kills from that upper peak, but when he drops down, he gets the duels on ramp, and they want him to be taking that. They want him to be swinging wide. The goal is, okay, maybe Queserato gets 1 or 2 players as they come in. In the end, he gets 0. But,
yeah, that's fine.
That is fine, because it sets Henny up. The bait and switch works perfectly there for Furia. And now EG in with this this force buy in the second round. They didn't get the bomb plant, so we won't be seeing Kriegs. Instead, it is just Deegs. Bombs over here towards B, and Yuri at this side of the map alone could get tested now.
Yeah, he's going to call for help, having to smoke off the ramp, not knowing which position they're going to peek from, which choke point they will charge through. And so Vinny is coming for assistance, but EG is still waiting to group inside a B. They have loads of utility. Ooh. Ooh. Playing with fire there. And more fire down on the B ramp as the utility gets extinguished here for FURIA. EG are going to find their gap, their moment to get into this B bomb site. Passive setup from FURIA. Will they be able to stop the bomb plant?
I mean, these smokes have at least bought them time, and EG, they wait for these to fade. There's going to be about 20 seconds left on this clock, so those dissipating any moment now, and now they throw in their volley of utility. Yuri's already hidden himself away and is only good for one. Smoke down on the bomb site to try and allow this plant to come through, but Vinny, they've not accounted for a man still here, but he can't quite find the kills necessary. Keserato certainly can. The MP9 coming in, trying to save the day. Ethan's retrieved one as well. It's an MP9 Fiesta, and Ethan, he's celebrating right now. He's taken down another man. It's only Henny left. He was able to deliver 2 in the pistol, but here, is that too much to ask? Stanislaw left in the 1v1, and both of these players, one shot away from certain death. Henny.
Oh, no.
There's no time. He's backing out of the round. He's done.
He had time, and I think he tapped the bomb to try and force a peek, but Stan just wasn't budging, and Henny at that point doesn't know where to go, doesn't know where to look. Stan could be anywhere, but just a passive place sitting on ramp waiting, and Henny would rather just keep his AUG. Stan even gets away with 2 HP as well. That is just a little cherry on top here for EG. But that was pistols, not like you're really saving any weaponry. They are saving the day, though. EG picking up a force buy, and despite the lack of bomb plant in the pistol round, they're going to be able to do it with just the Deegs. Yuri definitely could have gotten more done. I think it was him in the site by Oil. Doing so much damage, spreading it across 2 players, and then getting Deeged. Never fun. Now Fury are on the force buy back. They've got double scout and an AUG. Henny, he's got to make or break this round. He's the only player with a rifle. And Ethan getting tagged by the scouts early on at least puts a bit of damage the way of EG. Oh, that's optimistic. Oh, it's not 2015 anymore. Can't jump scout. I mean, you can. It's just not easy. And he will get taken down. So damage onto Ethan, but return fire successful. And it works out for Breezy as well. 2 scouts already out of the picture here for Furia. That AUG still in heaven here for that CT side. But EG, they're in no rush. They can just keep working positions on the map. Bomb going to move inside of A. Cert coming up Ivy. And little that Furia can do to stop him here from getting into CT spawn. Ooh. Ooh, this is a misread. Yeah.
Ah, Yuri was waiting so patiently. Oh, and he didn't mean to fall, and now he's committed. Ah, he decided to try and go back up, and the moment he unscopes, Breezy comes in with the peak. 9-9, all tied up once again, and now no money for Furia. This should be Evil Geniuses throwing themselves into the lead. Zerk also going to be able to bring that AWP out in this following round should he choose to. I mean, you'd rely on having some casualties in this one for EG. This nade stack could be promising.
What?
The USP, yeah, sure.
It's a pistol round, Harry.
And now Henny's got a Krieg. He's aggressive in main. The Molly at least gets him out and brings him low. Evil Geniuses.
Oh, no.
Oh dear.
Not like this, Harry.
Oh, thankfully Zerk's come in to save the day, and attempting to get that trade there.
That's a huge risk. Zerk had the bomb. If he dies there, that round is lost for EG almost certainly.
Yeah, he's got to get out of the pop dog. That is not where you want to be trying to retrieve that bomb from. If you are EG, He'll actually stick around and have his teammate move in to join him. And with more kills getting delivered towards this A side of the map, EG, they've got control over at this outer bomb site. And now they can look to get that bomb planted. It's going to be a double pop dog flank from FURIA. Can these pistols find anything more?
No one is inside of pop, but FURIA are going to decide to double drop just to play safe. Go on, Annie. Do it. There we go. That's a gun, but meh. Galil is all they can get away with. Yuri's been spotted, and Cirque just trying to finish off this kill, but FURIA don't want to give him the satisfaction. 10 rounds for EG is locked in regardless, but FURIA at least get away with a single weapon. Their money is pretty low as well, so they'll take what they can get at this point. And hey, FURIA, they may have had a dominant T-side. Oh wait, like a little died to the bomb. Vinny was so far away, man, but fair enough. Yuri picks it up anyway, and it's still going to be saved. But yeah, the money isn't really here for FURIA. It might be tempting to buy with this one picked up gun, but they're not going to have orbs. They're not going to have utility to the same extent that they would if they buy rifles. And so yeah, half buy is going to be the best call to make, and they see the same. And yeah, now we think back, despite that strong T-side half of FURIA with 8 rounds, EG, they may have lost a pistol, but they've managed to gain control over the economy after winning a force. And now this half sets himself very well. Vinny going to trade quickly in main, but they can't get that gun just yet. Stan's holding for the further re-aggression, but that does give the opportunity for Vinny, who is armored, to grab Ethan's weapon. And now suddenly this buy for FURIA is just that little bit better.
Yeah, and FURIA, they decide to take a gamble here, right? They've killed the guy over towards A. They heard players over above Pop Dog earlier, and now Tarek is showing some utility toward this B side of the map. And so they try and gamble stack 3. There were 4 players here. They rotate Vinny back. And that is the right decision to make, because this is going to be the A play from EG. That one smoke that Tarek's thrown into the B bomb site earlier on has done a good job of keeping these players here. Just under a minute left on the clock, and so the question now becomes from Vinny over here toward Ivy right now, keeping an eye on this position. Can he win this first fight onto Breezy? If he's able to deal with him, he alleviates a lot of the pressure, but Breezy catches the timing. Vinny gets dropped, and now for FURIA at 3 versus 4, their chances of winning this one somewhat go out the window with that kill coming in.
Oh, nice ding.
They're so good with the pistols.
Yeah, these USPs just make every round look winnable, don't they?
Like, they don't even need to buy guns.
I mean, well
they
lost
do,
this round,
and they are a map down.
Yeah, that would be a real handicap. No rifles in map number 2. But, well, this Galil's been saved for too long, if you ask me.
I don't know, man. I think, you know, CT side, the Galil, not that. It's basically an M4.
A bad M4, sure.
I can't even remember who it was from FURIA. It was, I think it was Art or Serato came out and said the Galil is not a bad gun and that they've been using it a lot.
It's not a bad gun, but considering that they just double E-code, now someone's going to have to play with a Galil when they'd much rather an AUG, an AWP, an M4, really anything else. You know, it's fine. If you can use it, that's cool, but... yeah, what it does do is give you that extra bit of money, so they're not going to have to buy a rifle in this round. It means they can maybe save up for the AWP later on when their money, or if their money is in tatters, and I imagine it would be, because EG are really making this T-side look rough. As a double AWP comes in, Vinny is on that Galil, so maybe that's your question answered. Tarek setting up a pop Molotov to trap a player inside. K-Serata getting caught outside, and they might not expect Vinny here as well, but he's just moved out of Pop Dog, so going to try and swap their weapon back. Yeah, we call that upgrading in the industry, Harry. I don't know what you call it.
Yeah, look, man, I just want to give some love to the guns that Times forgot. Everyone's on the Krieg hype because it's incredible.
Finally, some CT aggression from FURIA. We haven't really seen any on this map, and well, to be fair, they've not had that rifle round, but they've taken T-Con, and they've made it very clear as well with that smoke.
I think it is just wild that we're 21 rounds into this, and you know, that's 6 rounds into this second half, and this is the first real buy that we've seen on the board for FURIA.
That's what happens when you win pistol, but you lose the second round. It really screws you over as a CT. They've had to double eco it just straight into this and had real no chance to start this half off well. It really does show how valuable getting those conversions are. There's far more pressure on winning them nowadays than there were, you know, with the old economy.
Oh, this A play hoping to come through. Yuri is in sandwich, trying to open things up, but he gets immediately tagged by Cirque. And Cirque is just lights out. I don't know how you can counter him right now, because every peek he takes, it feels like he's winning his fights. And with this AWP on Art in rotation from B, 5 players still up for EG. This is another save for FURIA. I'll try and keep this AWP up, but you know the evil geniuses are not going to let Art get away for free. They're at least going to try and find him. They don't want to let him hold on to the AWP, and with that kill coming in, here's... Oh! There's the collateral! Maybe we just let him have it, guys. Maybe we just let Art take this, you know. He's looking pretty keen on holding on to it. I tell you what, Tarek might not believe that, though, and he comes in to finish the job. They take the AWP away at the very, very least, losing 3 players in that hunt. But that's more than worth it for evil geniuses, right? If that AWP's held, you can have your AWP player drop a rifle over. You can get that AWP back in the hands of Henny. You could have had a round where, you know, like 4 rifles come out with some utility, whereas now you take a look at this. Okay, they've thrown an AWP into the hands of Henny and they've gone for this partial buy, but imagine how strong it would have been had they kept that one gun.
We call this a Galil AWP, Harry. It's where a player picks up a Galil, saves it for 2 rounds, has more money, and drops Henny an AWP. It's a classic case for FURIA. But to be fair, it's paid off, right? They've got a gun, but is it going to be enough? Yuri with a pistol. Oh dear, these ecos getting out of control again for EG. It's a fast B play, but they're already down 2 men. The trade is in, and the plant has been found. No kit. So FURIA, they may have the advantage here, but pressure's really going to be on. Henny hits a banger of a shot. Can he follow up? Stan's trying to pressure him. Cirque's down to 10 HP. Stan could not afford to die, and he realizes that, trying to back off, using the smoke to help him escape, but a player coming in from upper. Vinny can't see him. Stan's got the wallbang and more utility to keep FURIA at bay. All he needs to do is buy time. That bomb is ticking heavily, and FURIA are beginning to move in.
And every second that passes makes Cirque's Molotov that much more valuable. With no utility for FURIA, that's might be all that's required. Stan has just popped off, and now it's only Cirque left. He throws the molly in. The round is done. EG, they're able to hold on to it. 13-9. FURIA getting so close. Man, it's the pistols again. Yuri, I've never seen someone just line up shots like that with the 5.7 at those sorts of ranges.
Stan, though, he's the real hero of this round. Look at the work he does on B, right?
Look at this. Whoop.
The ability, the heads-up play to fall back as well, right? Once you're so deep inside of the bomb site on, you know, the attacking side on train, it can be really hard to get back. But luckily, he has that deep oil smoke that gives him so much cover from those 2 snipers that FURIA had. It lets him get all the way back towards default, and at that point, he can just stall out, get those remaining couple of kills, and, you know, just keep Cirque alive, basically. That was a close eco, though, for FURIA. They really put some pressure on, and damage found. Finally, a tactical pause coming in from FURIA, the first one of this map. Now, to be fair, in the first half, they weren't struggling, so no need, but the second half has been a whirlwind of success for the T side. FURIA, no round since the pistol. That's got to change now, and they do have the double AWP to try and stop them.
Oh, Stan not going back into main anytime soon. Nice little flashbang there that pops around the corner so that you can peek dead ahead and not get blinded. Now, these double AWPs came out from FURIA in this round, but Cirque's already bested one of them. Ooh, there's a player over towards back Brown, and that's Vinny trying to dodge death and danger for another day. Queserato hidden in this smoke. Thing is, they mollied him. So you're anticipating they know that Keserato is here, and he doesn't even get to see anybody. Stan just domes him through the smoke. Zerk, whoop, there he is, appearing in the front line. And now it's Art alone, trying to hold the line. And there's the jump scare. What? Zerk? Happy Halloween from him, man, as he just soars into the screen of Art. I can't wait. Look at, whoop.
He's just flying through the map,
And
Harry.
then here again, look, whee!
This isn't train, this is aeroplane.
Oh my word. Zerk spent more time in the air than he did on the ground. He's collecting air miles in this game right now. And he's ambassador status, 14-9. FURIA back on the pistols, and while these have always looked threatening, it's yet to really find them around. Maybe this could be the turning point. Yuri, he's got to try and hold with the... Oh, come on, not again.
Not again.
Not again. Henny's come in. Henny's helping out. The AWP's delivered too, and the man advantage in favor of FURIA once more.
Oh, Zerk can't see Henny, but if he jumps up again, he's going to die. Stan's watching the wrong side, and Art's here. The flank is as well. There's two players coming down the ramp, and FURIA are all over this bomb site. The T's not ready for it. It's Breezy alone, and the pistol from Keserato. Of course, the P250 will keep FURIA in this game, and that is the first round they've won since the pistol, out of nowhere. That immediate flank. EG have gone for a lot of these B plays, and they've always gotten a little bit close, but finally FURIA tipped the scales over the line. And they are going to be able to pick it up. Great shots from Henny as well here from Connector. He gets 2. And the pistols clean up the rest. Now, EG still have a good bit of money here after this T-side streak, but will that one round invigorate FURIA and get them back on the board? Did not expect to see EG running away with this so confidently after FURIA managed to get 8 rounds and a pistol after their first half. Stan again getting mollied out, needs to be careful, but he has at least not given up main this round. Drop into pop, no one here to stop, and the molly keeps EG as they push towards this A site.
Oh, Keserato already domed on the opener. That bomb gets tapped, and FURIA, they're all here. There's just so many smokes. This is chaos. And Stan's got up and around them. He's trying to get into the back line of FURIA. Zerk, I don't even know where that kill came in from. He's on top of the trains, just flying around. Zerk, you can't do this to them. You can't. And now he's just going to hold down Ivy. FURIA trying to get back in, but with these smokes only just dissipating, that bomb is so far ticked. They're trying desperately to get back into this round, and they might. Yuri, more than ready. The defuse comes in. 5 HP on both players remaining. How? Oh my word, this series is delivering, and please, FURIA, find it in your hearts to take us to 3, because I would love to see Inferno with these two teams, with the style that we're seeing. EG, man, they're looking just as Brazilian as the Brazilians with these fast plays. I'm loving how chaotic but organized chaos this is, right? It's chaotic on the FURIA side because the smokes are just cutting this defense in half. And from EG, they're using all these fantastic smoke setups to their advantage. They're playing around them. And they've got such a good idea of what angles they're nullifying, what positions they're canceling out. And they're just toying with FURIA.
Ooh. There's a bit of a bait down on B. Yuri threw a smoke close, and they would have heard that click. Then Art moved in as Yuri backed off. EG almost pushed in through this. They had 2 players ready to take the B halls, but instead they didn't, and that's a wise choice because Art is here. Tarek is considering it, and he's going to get a shot on the jiggle. Art getting that kill, and already a man up after Keserato wins a duel on A. This is getting dangerous for EG. This map could slip through their fingers if FURIA can keep this up. Wrapped through the spawn. Keserato is so quick, and Stan and Zerk, the only 2 heroes left of this round. They do catch a timing, but not the double. Yuri is there with a trade, and Zerk, while he's been given some room freed up, it's about to get closed right down. 1 on 4. Plenty of time, but no bomb. That's still back in spawn. He's not even considering the bomb until he gets a kill, and at least makes this round somewhat interesting. Yuri is going to be the next point of contact behind Brown Train. As I say that, though, Art's going to rotate through Connector, and that could be a duel that Zerk could win. Just no one giving him an inch here, and the timing is not there as Art crosses towards a site. I think Zerk is realizing that maybe saving is the best option.
And FURIA really starting to find their footing now, right? Like, you think about it, 2 players surviving in the round before this, 4 now. It's these gradual improvements coming in at such an important time for the Brazilian squad. If they wanted to make this comeback happen here on Train, the one thing they had to dig themselves out on was that exact same situation they found themselves in on Mirage, which is you run the risk of just running out of money and having to force buy up against map point or 14 rounds. Point is, it's not ideal, because if you lose that force, you're force buying to the very end of the game, or the game is over. They're the 2 outcomes. So the fact that they've started to make these rounds a bit cleaner, they've started to get control over this situation again, and they've broken the money of EG, that has posed them in such a good position to make this comeback viable. Another tactical pause for EG. They can feel this one starting to slip through their fingers now.
Realization is setting in. And maybe, just maybe, FURIA might do it here. They've got all the money and they are on the favored side now. What is EG's solution? These B players have not been working out in the past couple because of those fast flanks. Maybe they can get on top of it. But these outer plays with the double AWP are proving to be a real problem, with Art running that rotate through connector and Henny AWPing Ivy. Pistols now for EG as Cirque saves the AWP. He is going to be the man that really needs to win this round for EG if they're going to do it here and now. Again, back to this B play. Yuri close. Art has rotated to come and join him as well with that AWP. Breezy is down on Ivy, but he's got no utility to fake, so he might just be coming in on a late lurk. Oh, one step ahead. Art was so ready for that kill. And Breezy's dead at Ivy as well. This round, well, any chance EG had has really just fallen through their fingers. They try and rotate and decide against it. And in this time, FURIA pushed deeper into the site, so Yuri's going to actually have a chance to stop this bomb plant now in a 5-on-3, affording to take risks as FURIA have an advantage, and EG nowhere to go but down into this B site.
Yuri flashed off. That will allow these players to try and get close. The operative word being try, as he has churned Ethan down to just 13 points of health. Art making quick work of the players on the cross, and these AWPs coming in clutch. 4 kills between them in that one there. FURIA 13-14. We might be about to see our first 3-map series here. And I, for one, could not be happier if this is the game that delivers our first.
Yeah, especially on Inferno, right? We love to watch FURIA on Inferno, and EG, they've been pretty clean on that map as of late, with the exception of just a single loss here. But now, do or die, really. This is the round that tells the story for FURIA. If they can keep this one going and break EG at 14-14, what a horrible time that would be for this T side. They would probably have to eco for OT. Flash down Ivy. Bomb plant is really going to be a necessity here at a bare minimum for EG if they want to buy. They need to follow. Breezy going to go through with a flashbang, and oh, it's so good. Cirque setting his teammate up, and K-Serata going down at the start of the round. EG, this is the first time we've seen an opening pick in their way for such a long time, and it might not be the only one. Stanislaw catching 2 players out T-Con. This is falling apart for FURIA at the seams, and the AWP can't find a thing. Cirque with another entry, and Yuri is the only man left up. Blink and you miss it. This round is done.
Yeah, he's got it into the 1v3, but even then, even with these kills coming through, Tarek's there to solidify it. Evil Genius is going to reach map and series point here. After FURIA, they grinded back to get this so close. They had EG's money right where they wanted it. They had them, what felt like maybe even dead to rights had they got that round. And with K-Serata getting down Ivy, it was looking so good. That flash from Cirque to allow the opener to get found by Breezy was just phenomenal. And then Stanislaw, he's had so many of these phenomenal rounds where he just sprays down 3 players. He delivers another one there. It's such a pivotal moment. Cirque getting dropped by the AWP, however, opens this round up in familiar ground, with FURIA finding the man advantage. Usually when they've got this, we've seen conversions on the back of it. Will that trend continue long enough to see FURIA weather the storm and get to the other side? Or is this going to be EG doing the impossible and hauling this one back at 4 players to 5?
Oh. Vinny didn't spot Ethan jiggle there, and Henny gets flashed down Ivy. Breezy trying to keep this AWP at bay, give room for Ethan to work out Tico, and that might be a case because Vinny's actually moved off of Green Train, and Ethan has pushed up Olaf. Serato could get caught back Brown. This gun barrel might even stick out. Oh, his legs are showing, and Ethan, he's going to try and take him off. He can't, but he does get Vinny instead. Serato getting cleaned by Tarek, and now Orb getting re-smoked as well. EG have turned this around into their advantage. Stand on the site, but the boost is in, and he can't be seen. But when he stands up after that plant, things get complicated. Moving off, and Yuri does the damage, but he can't finish the kill. Teammates moving inside of the site. This double Orb is going to prove problematic for FURIA on the retake, but they make it work for one. 3-on-3 now.
And this is it, do or die for FURIA. Breezy in with another. And now Henny, Yuri, the 2 players left to try and keep the dream alive for the Brazilian squad. They try and deal with Tarek and Pop Dog, and they've managed that at least.
Okay.
But they've got to get on this bomb. Kit not in hand. They're looking for one. Henny will shut down the first man, but Ethan's locked it in. They line up for him. And that's the round and the series going the way of EG. They keep it afloat, they keep it alive, and they lock it down on Train. For FURIA, I don't think they can be disheartened. You know, they're still alive, they're still going. Oh, but it is going to be heartbreaking to see it fall apart in that way.
That really hurts, right? Think about the context of that second map. EG's pick, FURIA, 8 rounds on the T side, a storming start. They even got the pistol going into the CT half, and it was a force buy from EG, not even with Krieg, just with Deagle's armor that had turned the economy around, and they pulled things back. Even when FURIA started to weather the storm near the end of the map, EG did not give up, and that's a 2-0 victory, but it certainly didn't feel like it, Harry.
Yeah, I mean, we went the distance, right? And that's what I'm happy about, at least. I'll take an almost 60-round 2-mappers,
Sure.
right? That's still phenomenal. And one of the things I love is like the difference in approach from teams from the NA region versus EU in when they face super aggressive squads like FURIA. It feels like, you know, the Europeans try and slow it down, try and, you know, meet that aggressive play with a bit of passiveness of their own.
They try and throw some order in the mix.
Whereas the North Americans, they just go, you know what? We can play fast too. We'll give it a go. And then it works for them.
Yeah, it does, all right? 2-0 victory, and EG now going to be moving forward. We've got Parla down on the stage with an interview lined up.
What is going on, everybody? I'm here with Chet, a.k.a. I'm a Pet, the coach of Evil Geniuses. That was a 2-0 victory, but it was quite close fought. Can you give me your opinion on how it went?
I think FURIA, they just have a lot of momentum from winning the pistols. They won, I think, most of the pistols, maybe 3 out of 4. And they just like beat us for every first gun round. They're super fast, super explosive. It was super hard to stop.
Chet, it looks like your team always have their minds in the right place. You don't see too much tilted sort of behavior. Why is that?
I think everyone in the team, all 6 of us, know that we can always come back, and everyone just keeps each other like super supported. Like we always like give each other like fist bumps or like just say, let's go, we can do this still. So no one's ever out of the game. Like our mentality is always like we can come back no matter what.
Has the success that your team recently have been having been increasing the feeling within the team, the mood and the overall positivity?
Yeah, I mean, after we bombed out of Malmo, and it was super disappointing, but we got some online matches, we went to EPL LAN, and we just got more momentum. So as long as we keep winning, we're going to have more momentum, and the mood's just going to be really, really good.
Yeah, because going from New York to Malmo, obviously Malmo was a disappointment, but overall your team has been, in a way, on the rise.
Yeah, I mean, we've been going through some bumps with that Malmo last place finish, but obviously, like, we beat a lot of good teams, so we're just expecting our goal is to make the finals, and if we don't make it, it's going to be pretty disappointing, but first we got to get out of this lower bracket, which is pretty tough, and it's a lot of games, so it's got to go one step at a time.
Exactly, and you've just cleared one of those steps just now. What will be the plan for the rest of today before you have to play again?
We already reviewed our game versus NIP, and it looks like we're probably going to play them, so just going to make sure we don't start off cold and just make sure we get some food. We're going to be ready for the game, do maybe some finger exercises or something, and then we'll just chill after that.
Finger exercises? Can you tell me a bit more about that?
It's kind of just like a meme in our team, just like you just like mess around with your fingers like that. It's just whatever.
Okay, well, it seems to be working out. Chet, congratulations on the win. Evil Genius, they're getting the win over FURIA.
Goddamn e-gamers and their finger exercises. What are millennials doing nowadays? But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see Chet talk about the mentality of the team with it, you know, not falling apart there for EG, which is considerably important when you're facing a team like FURIA, who really at times in that series on both maps had EG on the back foot. You know, think about that start on Train, dominant T-side, even back on Mirage with those fast rifle rounds into the early T-side rounds. FURIA certainly had EG on their back foot, but the boys not giving up.
Well, I think as well, another good thing with this EG squad is that now you've got a lot of like very vocal, very uplifting figures within that team, right?
Yeah.
You think about it, like, you know, someone like Ethan, he is like a little more quiet, at least whenever I've met him in the past, right? Like, and